Hey y'all, it's me, Shawl360. I initially was going to do this as a live, but I decided to do it as a pre-recorded video just because there wasn't really anybody that was joining me on the live chat, number one, but number two, my internet is in and out all the time, so I thought it'd be better for me to record it like this since I'm not showing my face. That way there's no cutouts in my audio. So that is the reason why I'm filming it like this instead of doing it face-to-face live or continuing with my live stream that I had up. So let's talk about SM and Amber leaving SM. So Amber released a letter yesterday. Today is the 1st of September in the United States. The letter was released the 1st of September in Korea, which also coincides with the 10th anniversary of FX's debut. And the letter basically said that she's decided to not renew with SM. The letter was short, sweet, to the point, thankful, but at no point mentions the future of FX as a team. And it has been addressed in the past by both Amber and other members that, FX is an entity that takes a lot of time, energy, and resources. So if we don't see FX having a comeback, it isn't because people don't want the comeback. It is because it is hard to come up with the resources to make everything come together for all of the members to be a part of the comeback. And I think we all know which members comebacks really ride on when it comes to FX. Our member specifically, if Victoria doesn't want to make the room in her schedule, there is no FX comeback. There will be FX performances, as we saw with FX performing at SM Town in Japan, but there is no comeback without the 4 remaining members of FX, and there's really just too much money in China for Victoria. There's a lot of political disagreement between Victoria's One China policy views that she's expressed publicly on social media and the way that the Korean public feels about China's One China policy and some issues regarding the Sea of China. So, Victoria is a smart lady and she knows that her future lies in a career in the mainland, not in a career in Korea. So if she has to put one priority over the other, FX is always going to be last for her because her future for many decades rests in her career in China. And this is not me shaming her or being upset with her or saying that she's doing anything wrong, because I'm a 40-year-old woman and I understand protecting your future, investing in your future, doing things that maybe aren't the most pleasant thing to do, but at the same time are the best thing to do. And for her personally, for her family, for any future children she might have, for her own safety, it is better for her to concentrate on her audience in China. But unfortunately, that leaves Krystal and Luna and Amber being what is left of FX. And honestly, I'm not sure that Muse would have been happy having an FX comeback that only had 3 members. And Victoria, because she is, again, a smart cookie, she's not going to publicly announce that she's not going to join FX. She doesn't want to be seen as the villain or the bad guy, so it's better to just leave the group in limbo for her and for the rest. But to be very clear, Victoria not wanting to do a comeback with FX is not what killed FX as a group. Because, believe me, with Amber's announcement, it's pretty much a surety that FX is done. Victoria not doing a comeback with FX isn't what killed FX. What killed FX is SM, their disinterest in FX, and what disinterest looks like when your company doesn't believe in you. I remember when all the light sticks were coming out, everybody was saying, why isn't there an FX light stick? I remember when SM started promoting these memberships through the LYSN app. Or is it LYSN or LSYN? I think it's LYSN. But there wasn't an FX membership packet, I don't believe. And people were wondering, what does this mean? Why is SM not giving us FX merchandise? Why aren't they doing things for FX? And it was because SM knew this day was coming. They had been probably talking about it for a long time, what how do we want to wrap things up with FX? Do we want to do they might get together in a future type thing? Do we want to do one last blowout? Like, how do we want to handle this? But they always knew that it was going to be over, and their thought was, we don't want to be left with inventory that we can't get rid of once we finally disband FX. So instead they gave you nothing. But SM not having interest in FX didn't start after the Four Walls come back, because Four Walls was massive. So if anything, that should have made SM be more interested in FX. SM's disinterest in FX has everything to do with Sulli no longer being a part of FX. And if you're one of those people who's like, quit hating on Sulli, you're being mean to Sulli, listen, I get that what I'm saying sounds like I'm hating Sulli, but I want you to hear everything I say, and once you hear it, you'll understand that I'm not hating on Sulli. I'm saying that SM had an agenda, and that agenda had everything to do with Sulli, and her lack of involvement in this project that was made to cater to her left SM disinterested in the group as a whole. So let me start from the beginning. Sulli was a child actress, and a lot of times it's really hard to transition a child actress into an adult actress, especially that kind of in-between stage where they're in their teens and maybe they're too young to play the female lead in an adult cast, but they're too old to play a child actor in an adult cast show, movie, whatever. You know, it's very difficult for teen actors. There's only a few teen projects. There's a lot more projects for children and for adults. So SM was thinking, we have this girl who we really love, who we think is the future of the company, and we need to have a project for her to do that maintains public interest in this girl and will help build up a fan base for her, so when we're ready to transition her into adult roles, it's already in the works. We've already got a vehicle prepared and she'll be able to take off. So FX really was a project that was geared towards solidifying and protecting Sulli's fan base. And you can say that that's not true if you want to, that's fine, but I mean, you can just look at their first video and see the camera focus and tell that even though she didn't have as many lines as other members, that video was about Sulli. And it didn't really change over the years. Like, yes, there were other members that became more popular in the group, but SM was kind of always writing out that, you know, this is just to get Sulli through her teens so we can start promoting her as an adult actress. Adult actress in terms of like being the age of an adult, not being in pornography. So FX is way more popular than SM thought that they would be. And when I say way more popular, I don't mean more popular in terms of they didn't think the group was going to sell. That means that they didn't think the other members of FX were going to do as well as they have done. I think that SM was surprised that the other members of FX gathered the following that they did. I don't think anyone in corporate at SM thought that Amber would be kind of a symbol of empowerment for a lot of teen girls. I don't think that they thought that Victoria, because she's a Chinese member, would have the extreme popularity that she has in Korea, and they definitely didn't anticipate her blowing the hell up in China. They thought they would get a little extra money from a few interested parties, but they did not think that she was going to become what she became. Even Luna, I think they were happy with the amount of popularity that Luna had, but even then they were thinking, you know, we'll probably take her out of this and put her in something else. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if their initial plan was to take Luna out of FX after a while and put her in a Red Velvet or something else, or maybe promote her as a solo. And then Krystal being in FX was kind of a favor to Jessica, probably. They were probably like, we've got these two sisters, we've already put one in a really successful group. If we put her sister in this group, we'll get so-ons to be interested in FX. This will give us something to do with her until we figure out what we're going to do with her in the long run. This will be great. And so they put together this group, and everything is going according to plan, and then all of a sudden it's going better than according to plan. And I think that SM had shared with Sulli's family what their intentions were. I don't think that it was a secret to Sulli's family that FX was supposed to be a vehicle for her. I think it was always kind of like, hey, we really love your daughter in terms of like the potential we see in her. We see big things for her. She's so talented. She's so smart. She's so beautiful. Like, I know we can do really great with her, but we've got an idea for how we can maintain her popularity just while we get her through kind of the uncomfortable teens, and then later on, like, it's going to be big. It's going to be massive. We're going to really, really promote her. So her family probably said, yeah, this is great. Let's do this. This is awesome. And then when they saw how other members were being looked at a little bit more, were a little bit more popular, Sulli getting criticism for not being the best dancer or the best singer in the group, I think that her family felt like they had been lied to. They had been sold a bill of goods. And when that happened, they probably said, okay, well, we've gotten through the teens. She's now an adult, legally an adult. Where is the whole follow through on getting her these great roles and being able to kind of withdraw her away from the FX stuff and concentrate more on her acting career? And when they weren't seeing it, I think it led to a lot of anger and a lot of animosity on behalf of her family, not towards the members of FX, but in terms of what SM promised them. Then steps in Choisa. And Choisa is a grown-ass man, like more of a grown-ass man than Sulli was a grown-ass woman. And he is a famous celebrity in Korea. He's well-liked on Variety. He owns his own record label, Amoeba Culture. His group, Dynamic Duo, is very well known in the music scene. And they begin a relationship. And he probably is spitting in her ear, telling her, and these are all allegations, not saying these are facts. He's telling her, spitting in her ear, hey, baby girl, let me let you know, I've talked to my friends in the industry, and this whole FX thing, it's going nowhere. It's not doing anything for you. I think you need to go ahead and break off of this and assert yourself, be more powerful, be a little bit sexier, definitely strike independent. And Sulli was probably like, yeah, you're right. Fuck this whole FX thing. I'm ready to go on my own. I didn't even want to do this in the first place. I was just supposed to do this until I got to adulthood. So then she leaves FX because she's not prepared to leave SM, but I think she probably put it in their face and said, if you want to keep me, I'm not doing any shit with FX anymore. I'm totally getting away from that, and it's going to be about me, Sulli the actress, me, Sulli the model, me, Sulli the independent woman that I am. And SM probably looked at that and said, fuck. We only did this whole FX thing so that we can market Sulli, and now she's gone. We don't even know who to focus on in this group anymore. We don't even know what to do with these bitches anymore. And so after Red Light, they kind of like, okay, we need to give one more album just so that it doesn't seem like FX was trash or that people know our pure motivation. So let's go ahead and do Four Walls. And they do Four Walls, and they are angry. They're angry because Four Walls did well. They assumed that Four Walls would be all right, but people would be like, we miss Sulli, and they could then concentrate on trying to build up Sulli's brand. But people are like, no, we actually really like FX more. And I think SM is angry because during the same time that Four Walls is doing well and fans are supporting FX and really being into FX, at the same time Sulli is getting bad publicity. Her publicity is about her Instagram photos and about being braless and about this man that she's with whose nickname is synonymous with big dick, and her personal life and her feminism and all these other things. And SM is looking at Sulli and thinking about how much money they've invested in her and how they want to protect that. So they're like, okay, you know what? The best thing we can do here to keep people from talking bad about Sulli is not have her name brought up. And as long as FX is promoting, people are going to continue to bring up Sulli, so let's just stop promoting FX altogether. And that truly and really is how I feel that whole thing went down. Now, one thing that I'm still conflicted about and I'm not exactly sure is what happened with the breakdown of the friendship of all of the members of FX. I still think that Krystal and Luna and Amber are friends. They may not be the best of buddies, but I do believe that they are friends. But what happened with those three members in Victoria? Not exactly sure. I feel like a lot of it is just that Victoria is super busy, and I think they've come to an agreement with each other that, hey, political times are hot right now. We can't really do as much stuff together as we'd like to do. But what about Sulli and the other members of FX? Because in the years since Sulli officially left the group, I have not seen pictures of her with the other members at all. And if I had to draw one moment where I think things broke up for real with Sulli and the other members of FX, I would say it was probably when Krystal got cast in Airs. Because Krystal got cast in Airs, and Krystal and Sulli are not that far apart in age, and Sulli was the one that SM was really banking on to help carry their acting division and show that they have a great track record of carrying idols into acting. And when Krystal got cast in Airs, I think that Sulli was pissed. I don't know if it was ever offered to Sulli and she turned it down, or if it was only ever offered to Krystal. I have no idea. And again, these are all assumptions, allegations, not facts. But I think with Krystal's acting profile being raised so much by Airs, and Sulli really not having that same kind of part to propel her, I think she got really pissed off. And I think it drew more into her mind, I've done all these things with FX, even though I really don't care about this group, and my colleague is the one who gets the acting career. Fuck off. And then, comments that Sulli has made recently about the fact that, she's not like the other girls, and back when she was training as an idol, if she was feeling lazy, she would dance lazy, whereas everybody else around her would dance like they had full power, and she doesn't believe in being fake. People have said this is not Sulli throwing shade at FX, even though her idol times completely consisted of her being with FX. So yeah, it was shade toward FX. It was definitely shade toward FX. And in the years since she left FX, she acts like that part of her career has never existed. She acts like she's never worked with those people. It's all in all, I think that Sulli leaving FX meant SM was going to leave FX. And I'm not saying that Sulli is the reason why FX didn't get attention. Sulli is the reason why SM decided not to give FX attention, because this could have gone a totally different way. FX could have continued to bloom if SM had given a damn. They could have said, okay, reset, let's just keep going with the group, do what we need to do. There's popularity here, people like this stuff, let's keep going. Instead, what SM did is said, we've got a crop of girl trainees that we really like, we think they're ready, and we're going to go ahead and take all of the plans we had for FX when we thought we were still going to have Sulli involved, and we're going to make sure that this Red Velvet thing pops off. And for a long time, I was bitter about Red Velvet because I felt like SM killed FX for Red Velvet to live. But I've gotten over that, and if I have to be honest with you, I think that musically, Red Velvet is a stronger team than FX was as 5. I think that FX's 4 is super strong, but I think FX's 5 was not nearly as strong of a vocal team as Red Velvet as 5 is. And I like Red Velvet a lot. They're actually one of my alt girl groups at this point. But I still think that there could have been promotions for both teams. I don't think that FX had to die for Red Velvet to live, but I think Sulli leaving FX did everything in terms of gearing SM's mind away from the original team of FX. So that is my thought. But as you can tell from the thumbnail, I asked the question, what happens to a dream deferred? And it's a question that I don't know if I can answer. Amber, I have to give it to her. She has fought tooth and nails to keep a career that would have been denied to her if she relied on SM to promote her singularly. She's gone on tours for herself. She's done collaborations. She's marketed herself in media. She's done all the things that SM was not going to do on her behalf. And at the same time, she's provided a role model, someone to look forward to for a lot of people who didn't have anyone in entertainment that looked like them. For a group of women of Asian descent who are not on the slim, petite, ultra feminine side of things, Amber was that one that they would look at and be like, oh, she kind of reminds me of me. And she's so endearing, and her personality is super charming that, you know, it would have been a shame if she had waited for SM to give her what she deserved in terms of a marketing push. Now, let me be completely honest too. I haven't always been here for all of Amber's projects. Like, to be honest with you, a lot of her stuff is a little bit boring to me. But at the same time, I respect her grind, I respect her hustle, and I respect the people who follow her. And I think it's a shame that SM didn't see Amber for what she could have been. Amber really is a person who opens a dialogue that needs to be had. And especially now that feminism is such a hot topic in Korea, even though Amber has never really been one to seem like she's ultra political, I think that in a lot of ways, Amber would be perfect for SM at this time in history to promote and to make projects around and really develop something with. And it's a shame that they didn't see it for her because it didn't meet their overall plans. And so that's something that I'll always feel like was a missed opportunity. Luna, I think that Luna is adorable. I think that she's just so incredibly sweet and so positive and so talented, and I just really feel like if she had started any other way in this business, she would be a megastar. But as it stands, she's where she is. And I think, again, if FX had had just 2 more comebacks, just 2, I think that Luna could have easily had a solo career that is worthy of who she is as a person. And the reason I say 2 more is because, again, for a long part of FX's origination story, it was about Sulli, honestly. But Luna had always carried vocals, had always carried dance. And I think 2 more promotions for FX without Sulli. Like, they had 4 Walls. 4 Walls was great. 2 more promotion cycles after 4 Walls, and I think that Luna, as a solo entity, would have established herself. Because at the very minimum, they could have started to shift the focus a little bit better. In 4 Walls, it's obvious that the focus of that particular comeback for SM was Krystal. But I think that a comeback that was a little bit more pop, a little bit more radio friendly, even though 4 Walls is extremely radio friendly, but I mean a video that is a little bit more pop, a little bit more choreography focused, definitely performance focused video. I think if you put Luna out there and you really gave her a chance to show that she's the vocal lead of the team, then have her do a solo, then have them do one last team event and let it be obvious that the vocal heritage of FX lies in this woman, I think you could have had big things go on for Luna. And I think that that is, again, an opportunity missed, a dream deferred. And then lastly for me is Krystal and Victoria. I think Victoria doesn't need anything else in terms of advice or else otherwise. I think Victoria is exactly where she needs to be, is doing exactly what she needs to do. The only thing that I regret is that SM didn't make a stronger show of trying to help the other 3 members promote in China. I know that there's a Hallyu ban that was in effect for a few years, and it would have been tough. It would have been tough. But I think that they could have prepared FX in the cut for the time for when the Hallyu ban ends, and they could have really helped them promote, especially because Amber is not Korean. So yeah, I think that there's a lot of preparation that could have been made to bring Amber into China. And so I think if the push had been to gather the team, try to build something for them so that they could support Victoria and then maybe propel themselves into the media in China, that would have been a way for FX to live on. It wouldn't have been in Korea, but it definitely would have been a way for FX to live on. But in terms of Victoria, any potential wasted? Absolutely not. In fact, her potential is amplified by her staying in China and doing what she does. Krystal, I think Krystal is doing what she can. You know, I know that Krystal has said that she's kind of done with the singing and dancing portion of her career, or basically saying that that's not what she wants to show anymore. She wants to show different sides of her, additional sides of her. And I get that. And Krystal has taken some dings about her acting work since her star-making turn in Airs. And I know that she's trying to kind of claw her way out of it, claw her way back. I know that things going on with her sister have been things that have affected her reputation. Her dating Kai also affected her reputation. There's a lot going on for Krystal. But do I think that SM has been any help in helping her navigate these waters? No, I don't think so. I think SM had a chip on their shoulder after Jessica left. And I think that Krystal bore a brunt of it. I think that Krystal has also not had the easiest of times in terms of the public, because Krystal has what I like to call resting bitch face. And so a lot of people misunderstand Krystal, even though Krystal, for all of her kind of ice queen exterior, is also a really sweet, lovely girl. But I think that SM, again, kind of were a little bit bitter about what happened with Jessica, and they felt like anything positive they could do for Krystal could somehow affect Jessica in a positive way, and they weren't down for that. And I think that that's sucky, and I think that it's uncalled for. And, you know, I don't think it's fair to align people with their family for things that they have no responsibility at all for. So with that being said, what do we do with Krystal now? What did we miss that could have been for Krystal? Well, more importantly, I think, is Krystal's acting career and finding a way to get Krystal a part of a good ensemble team. I don't think that Krystal needs to be the lead in any more dramas for the next 5 years. Well, maybe 3 years. I'll give it 3 years. But I don't think she needs to be the lead for any more dramas for the next 3 years. But I think that her professional partnerships with people and her professional friendships, somebody needs to step up and they need to get her a part of a can't lose ensemble. Like something like Descendants of the Sun or Goblin, one of those kind of franchises. Don't make her the lead girl, make her the side chick. And I say that because as a drama fan, I can tell you without any hesitation, the second lead couple is what makes a drama. Like, you can have a couple that's beautiful as, like, the main leads, and they can definitely carry some energy. You know, like, What's Wrong with Secretary Kim? That was definitely about the leads. But if you have a secondary couple with, like, a hilarious side, those people are almost guaranteed to lead their next project. And I think that she needs to be a part of a really brilliant, big ensemble, just like she was with Airs, and I think that that would propel her even more. And I think she needs to play it twice. Instead of doing what most people do, where you get in an ensemble, you do really big, and then you lead your next project, she needs to be in 2 big ensembles, and they need to be 2 different kinds. It needs to be one that's kind of a rom-com, you know, kind of funny, situational stuff, and then her second one needs to be a period drama. And I think that if you can get her in both of those and get people saying, why isn't this girl the lead in something? Then when she finally does do lead and people have seen both sides of her, I think that she could be massive. But SM, if they don't get their head out their ass and start promoting her the right way, we might never get to see this for her. Because instead they insisted on putting her in a drama with Rain, who I love. Rain is my ultimate male bias. They put her in a drama with Rain, playing a girl who has a crush on the man that her sister was engaged to, but apparently the family never met him. Fuck out of here. All right, you guys, so thank you for watching this. I know a lot of the things I said, a lot of people are going to be mad at, and I just want to say also, everything I've said here, not facts, just my personal beliefs, but I put it out here because I think these are a lot of thoughts that people haven't said and are afraid to say. And as a grown-ass woman, I'm not as afraid to say these things. I'm afraid to get on camera because my face looks a fright, but I'm not afraid to say these things. So, you know, hate on me in the comments if you want to, downvote the video if you want to, but I just feel like now more than ever, this is a discussion we need to have, because what is now the assignment for you as a fan of FX and the members that wrote out FX to the end is you have to start supporting these girls. They can't make it if you don't support them. You can say, yes, Queen Luna, all you want to, but did you buy her solo album while it was still charting? Did you try? You can say, yes, Queen, all you want to Amber, but did you make an effort to try to get out to her concert tour when she was out there on tour? Are you paying attention to her projects she has with other people, her collaborations? Krystal, are you watching her shows? Now, if you really want to stick it to SM, you have to show them what they missed out on. Do it now, because there'll never be another chance. The more you wait to show them support, the more companies that would work with them are going to say that they don't have a fan base. So you have to support them. If Krystal's still with SM, if Luna's still with SM, if Victoria resigns with SM, support them. Show SM that there's a reason why they need to continue to put money behind these women. But you have to do the work. If you don't do the work and you continue to complain and sign petitions, that's fine and dandy, but it doesn't move the needle. You've got to do the work. So thank you so much for listening to my talk and enjoying this very weird, grainy thing going on with the trees and the fog and just grossness. I appreciate your time, and I will talk with you guys later. Bye.